I just realized this is tilted way up, but I always love seeing that in my videos, so I thought I'd leave it there for half a second so that you could see my Rosie. She's my favorite. I need to actually put her in front of where I'm sitting so that I can actually see her all the time, because there are some days I need to see that. But anyhow, I'll bring you back down to the right height now. How's it going? My name is Amber, and I am a consultant, and I work with businesses to help them automate their business, make sure that everything that they are using is the right thing for their business. I especially enjoy helping businesses cut costs and cut the waste. So I'm a huge fan of going as you grow. Does that make sense? So what do I mean by that? I mean using whatever tools are the right tool, but using the cheapest option until you are at a point where it makes absolute and complete sense to continue using or to move to a more expensive option. And sometimes that is not a thing. So I have also in my lifetime, and the reason I say that, here I'm going to tell you some background. I've been in business about 7 years, and there's been a lot of ups and downs in that business, more ups than downs, but they do happen, and it's nothing to kind of come back and say, I'm spending way too much money on something and it's time to bring it down. Email marketing is one of those things that I have done that a couple times. I went from MailChimp to ConvertKit, and then I went back to Mailerlite because I found that one and it was free, and I wasn't making any money off of my email list. Even though I was growing it, I wasn't making any money off of it. So it seemed a little ridiculous to pay $30 a month or $360 a year for it. And then I decided that I was going to upgrade to a cheaper option, and I tried ActiveCampaign and loved ActiveCampaign. I would highly, highly encourage using ActiveCampaign. But then I hit a massive snag in my business, and I worked solely with one client, which is why I don't recommend that anymore. Don't recommend keeping yourself with one person, but we were together for over a year and it seemed like a good fit. And then she had some life circumstances change, and her business was not going to be online anymore. She was going to a brick and mortar, and she wasn't going to be emailing. And so it seemed kind of silly to keep me on. And then I was back at the drawing board. Ended up going and getting myself a job at my son's school, and then thinking I need something a little more stable. And then the place closed. So there are no guarantees in life. So this is why I'm recommending being a little more frugal with your options and making sure that the tools that you're using are the right tools for you. And that's what kind of makes me a master at this, because I have had a lot of experience, good and bad. With that said, I'm currently using Mailerlite. I'm not really super hardcore focused on growing my email list, but I know that a lot of people are, and that's something that I help entrepreneurs with in my Done For You services. So if this is something that you are interested in, I would love to help you. And today I'm going to do a really quick walkthrough. MailChimp has changed recently in the last couple of months, and there are people leaving MailChimp in droves. And one I would have told you to leave 2 years ago, just because I feel like at least Mailerlite is insanely simple to use. And it is one of the easiest platforms I have ever learned. Automations are super simple. I'm going to actually show all those to you in a second, but I wanted to kind of talk about especially moving from MailChimp, because automations are not simple at all. They are insanely complicated. On top of that, no other email provider that I have ever heard of, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but no email provider I have ever heard of charges people multiple times for the same person being on different lists. That stuff is bonkers to me. And now they're charging you for your unsubscribes as well. So even if the person no longer wants to receive your emails, you're still being charged for them. Why? Like, oh, man. I could go on a full-on rant. This was not my full rant about MailChimp, but I could. And I feel like they've shot themselves in the butt trying to be something that they're not. But nevertheless, I digress. Let's hop into the content today. I'm going to show you kind of a brief, really brief walkthrough. I will have more in-depth, more in-depth videos on each particular thing that I use Mailerlite for and how to set them up. But today I just want to kind of show you what's going on in here. Like I said, I have not focused whatsoever on growing my email list. So right now I have like 4 people. I help other people do that, but it's not been a focus of mine. And I think it was last spring, not 2018 spring, but 2017 spring, I did a massive clean out of my email list, and basically you had to resubscribe to my list. So that's one thing that I would highly encourage you to do, especially if you are currently migrating from one system to another system, is say, hey, send out an email in your platform that you're in now and say, hey, I'm cleaning up my list. Here's what we're going to talk about from here going forward. If you want to stay on the list, go ahead and click this button and subscribe. And what's going to happen is you are going to basically hull your list and get rid of all of the people who haven't been opening your emails anyway. You possibly have been paying for them to be on your email list, and they probably don't even know that they're on there to begin with. And this can cause so many problems. You could end up getting a spam notification. I have like 5 people right now or 10 people emailing me, and I have no idea who they are or how I got on their list. And for that reason, I haven't sent them to spam, because it was probably something I did late at night and didn't even know about. But you want to avoid those things, and that's something that you can do easily by hulling your list about once a year, sending out either a new subscriber thing, or if somebody hasn't opened your emails in 6 months, send them an email and say, hey, if you want to stay on this list, click this link and move them to a new list kind of thing, which you can do with any other system other than MailChimp and not worry about losing those people or not having to pay for them twice. So without further ado, here we go. I'm gonna go here. All right. To quote one of my favorite movies. Okay, so right now we're gonna go into the dashboard. We're not going to see a whole lot of information, but they basically tell you if you have forms, one active automation workflow, and how many emails were sent a month. They go by month here and how many emails were sent and what your open rates were and things like that. And then you have your plan is right here, so it'll tell you what you have. Excuse me, sorry. I have 1 to 1,000 subscribers, and I can send up to 12,000 emails per month. I have unique subscribers used for. I can get this up. This was a dummy account I used to use just for these kinds of videos, and then I got rid of one of my old accounts when I went to Active Campaign, and when I came back, instead of creating a whole new account, I decided to just use the one I already had. So anyway, I'm not going to go into subscribers here just because I'd have to blur out the screen and that would just be a mess. So right now, but this is where all of your stuff that you do is up here. So like I said, it's super easy. You want to know where your automations are? They're right here. You want to know where your forms are? They're right here. Your subscribers and your campaigns here are here. Okay. So if we were to click on campaigns, you can see which ones have sent. I pretty much have, I'm not, like I said, I'm not using my list to its full potential, but I have a podcast, and when a podcast comes out, I have an RSS feed that sends it out to my subscribers and says, hey, new podcast came out, go listen to it. So if you are interested in personal development, that's what the podcast is about. It is called Find You, Fall in Love, and I would love for you to take a look. It is on iTunes, and I don't believe I'm on Stitcher yet. I'm working on that one, but I am on anywhere you listen to podcasts, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, any of those. Okay, and your subscribers are there. Your forms are going to be right here. And one of the cool things, let's go back to campaigns really fast, really fast. You can copy the campaign, you can view your reports, and you can download or print it if you wanted to. And let's see this. I don't often look at these reports. So it's going to tell you, scrolling down slowly so I can see what, if there's names on there. No. Okay. So here's what it basically boils down to. You've got 4 total emails sent. An open rate of 25% on this one, which wasn't good, which means I opened it, I think, because it's also sending to me. And who clicked, and any unsubscribed, any spam complaints, any hard bounces, soft bounces, things like that. And then it's going to tell you which email clients are being used. And then if there are links, it's going to tell you how about those links. Okay, and this particular one was about affirmations and an upcoming workshop that I am doing next week on how to use affirmations properly. If you're interested in that, leave me a comment below and I will let you know. So then from there you can actually view the email, like what did it look like going out, and your link activity, your subscriber activity, and opens by location, which I believe this is going to be me, because it literally just went out, I think, yesterday. So, yeah, literally got 2 days ago. I'm sorry. And let's see. So your forms are all going to be here. You can do full landing pages. You can do pop-ups and embedded forms and promotions as well. So lots and lots of different options. I don't have a store, so I don't have promotions. And landing pages, there are a ton of different options in that as far as like templates and things of that nature. And then your embedded forms are the same. You can do a number of different types. You can do a super skinny one, a big one, and or a top form. And then your automations are here. Your automations are super easy to create. I will actually do an entire thing based on this, okay? But anyway, that is the basics of Mailerlite, and just like I said, this was going to be a quick walkthrough. I will do a video at some point on, I'm going to write these down so that I remember to do them. Going to do a video on how to create templates in Mailerlite. And we'll do another one on forms, and we'll do pop-ups and one on landing pages. I'll show you one real fast that I just did on landing pages. And this was for the workshop. Oh, wait, preview. Go back. Okay, so I did this the other day and basically built this whole thing and put it all together. Okay, so pretty cool thing. And then on mobile, it'll show you on mobile as well if you want to see what that's going to look like. All right. And so we'll do landing pages and pop-ups, and then we'll also do probably end up being a couple of emails on automation, but we will get those squared away too. Like I said, it's one of the easiest ways, and I'll just do one on funnels too, period. All right, and like a welcome series, we can do that one as well, things of that nature. All right, guys, I hope you have a good day. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing this, and I hope this was helpful. If you are in the process of transitioning to ActiveCampaign or ConvertKit, or you want to look at Mailerlite as an option, I would love to help you with that. That is a service that I offer. So let's connect and chat. I will leave my contact form below, and you'll just go ahead and type in your information and we can schedule a discovery call. Sorry, it's October and my throat is got a frog in there. Okay. Holler at me. I would love to help you with this, and don't be shy. All right, guys, have a good day. I'll talk to you later. See ya. Bye.